mentioned creating a paved road from GitHub to AWS. So I'm wondering, how does that simplify the problem for both your team and your development teams?
Well, it gets my team out of the critical path. I think a lot of times I'm trying to fight to get my team out of that critical path, and because we don't want to be seen as blockers, right? And I think that's one of the things with security is that the historical version of security is that you're just there to say no. And I think we really need to be in a different position to be able to say yes, and also be able to really empower the developers to develop code in such a way that they feel that security is not something that they have to be concerned about, that it's there, it's baked in, it's part of the ingredients.
So that's interesting that, you're off the critical path. I think that's really smart. For a long time, I've said security teams should be more like coaches and toolsmiths.
Yep.
But I'm wondering, how do you interact with the development teams? Like, how would you characterize that relationship, since it's not like a gate or a guard or anything, it's something different? How would you characterize it?
So we are, sort of transitioning away from what we would have typically done is embed somebody in the Scrum teams. And
like
so,
a champion.
Yeah. And before, we're expanding our champions team to provide much broader coverage where we will have, coverage across all the Scrum teams. But, that before expanding our champions team, it was people from my team going to be part of multiple Scrums, and that's very difficult. It doesn't scale.
Right.
So the way, that I really like to try to view this is, providing application security as a service, or ensuring that the tools are available for the development team to be able to utilize. And as you mentioned, that my team is more people that are building that security ecosystem around the engineering function.